This time tomorrow, Florida will have a new governor. There's a big day of inauguration events planned.
It will start with a prayer breakfast at Florida A&M, followed by the swearing-in ceremony outside the old Capitol. And then Governor DeSantis will give a speech during a lunch in the Capitol's rotunda. Kent and Mary are joining us live from Tallahassee, where they've been following today's pre-inauguration events. This is always a festive time in the state capitol, Kent and Mary.
Absolutely. There's lots of excitement. As a matter of fact, it's all over the city of Tallahassee. We're here on the campus of Florida State University. Doak Campbell Stadium behind us. Their university center has hosted an event earlier today, one coming up tonight. Yes, lots of things going on leading up to tomorrow's swearing-in ceremony.
And you know, it's kind of like throwing a big party at your house. You got to clean it up, right? You got to get it ready. You got to make a lot of room for a lot of guests because there will be crowds here tomorrow. And we saw that happening today right outside the steps on the old Capitol building. We saw chairs lined up, plenty of those. We saw barriers put up for the crowds. We saw a bunch of risers, right? Sure. The risers are all for the cameras because there's going to be plenty of media there as well. You know, we ran into Mama Blue, who is Jacksonville's own jazz singer. She was rehearsing, and she's very excited about this, by the way. And we saw the state seal being placed high up over where the swearing-in will take place. Plenty of cleaning up going on, and I bet you there's some butterflies in the DeSantis household, don't you think?
There might be, but a lot of that excitement going on because there have been events throughout today, still some more to come tonight. But I want to show you a little bit about an event that was held just a couple of hours ago at the Tallahassee Auto Museum, so kind of the outskirts of where Tallahassee proper is, but a great venue where Governor-elect DeSantis held an event to show his passion for veterans. Why is he passionate about veterans? Because he is a veteran. He served in the United States Navy, an Iraqi war veteran, and someone who is committed to, he says, pursuing the things that will honor members of the armed services and first responders. More than 1.5 million veterans live in Florida, and this inauguration event was devoted specifically to them. With Gold Star families filling the room at the Tallahassee Auto Museum, the entire incoming Florida cabinet spoke to the group. And clearly it's very personal to Ashley Moody, the Attorney General-elect, in her appreciation for first responders.
But more than fear, there is pride, an indescribable pride, one that 5 days ago I experienced again. My husband, Justin, and I, along with my 9-year-old son, Connor, stood and watched our son, Brandon, take an oath to defend the Constitution as one of the newest members of the United States Army.
Casey and Ron DeSantis spoke from the heart, with the governor-elect choked up at one point.
And isn't that really the people that we honor here today? These are people who decided they're not going to wait for anybody else. They were going to stand up and be counted, and I think that they have been counted for obviously those who have given their lives, but we have people in this audience who risk their lives, who have risked their lives in service of our country. And so that, to me, is the essence of the American spirit.
To finish off the event, a standing, singing crowd with Lee Greenwood leading all the Patriots. All right, there might have been some goosebumps there. I mean, the whole room standing and singing along, God Bless the USA with Lee Greenwood. I got to tell you, one of the things that the governor-elect pointed out is that these inaugural events that go on today and tomorrow and have been going on for a little while, they're not paid for by taxpayers. So these candidates who have won, they raise additional money to do these events. And what the governor-elect said today was that they had raised enough money that he announced a donation today for a group called Operation 300, $120,000 going to this nonprofit, because what they do is when men or women are killed in the line of duty, they find someone who's about that same age, a male who can step in, fill the gap, and be a role model to those children who have lost a parent. Really compelling. He brought that group up and talked about how important it was to him that those role models will be there for our young people.
Well, that role model theme started early this morning. In fact, there was a breakfast this morning for honoring the women in the DeSantis campaign. campaign and in the new administration. Lieutenant Governor-elect Jeanette Nunez and First Lady-to-be Casey DeSantis both spoke at the Women Transforming Florida tribute breakfast. Once sworn in, Nunez will be the first Hispanic woman to serve as the state's lieutenant governor. She said she expects to take a larger role than some of her predecessors.
There are certain issues that obviously I spent a lot of time working on during my time in the legislature, so I suspect that I'll continue to work on those issues.
She's a wife, she's a mother, she's a legislator, an all-around role model to women all across this great state.
Nunez said health care will be a top issue for the administration. She also said other priorities include combating human trafficking, increasing school choice, and then also infrastructure will be also one of the top topics. Now, Casey DeSantis, you saw there, she was active, obviously, in the breakfast there this morning, but she also was at other events this afternoon. And later this afternoon, she had a conversation with Casey DeSantis, and we got to snap some pictures after that. It was with women around the state who got to attend, and some of the local media were there as well. I got to take a picture with her. But first of all, there was a standing ovation, and then there was Jacksonville's own Molly Curry. Yeah. Got a picture, and then I got a selfie with her myself. So anyway, it was a wonderful, wonderful tribute, and got some little nuggets from the First Lady, which was really neat.
Well, and you mentioned Molly Curry. Lenny Curry was involved in one of the events that was here at Doak Campbell Stadium earlier today. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll show you what was happening there as we continue our coverage in advance of tomorrow's swearing-in ceremony. And our live coverage then will be starting at 11 a.m.
And the weather is cooperating, by the way.
Absolutely.
We're very grateful.
Live in Tallahassee, back to you.